Hi there everybody. On today's video I'm gonna be changing the oil and oil filter on this Toyota Yaris 2005 and basically I'm gonna start by popping the bonnet open and just opening the oil cap here. This is where we put the oil back in. So just open that, and you can also pull the dipstick a little bit. This is just to allow some air in while we drain the oil from underneath. Now you will need to jack up the car and get it on axle stands. In my case I'm using a ramp today, so I'm gonna get the car up in the air and I'll carry on with draining the oil. Okay, now that I got the car up in the air, as you can see here we have the drain bolt, so I'm going to be undoing that, and the filter is right here, so it's quite easy to access, and the plug is right there. Got the exhaust here and the gearbox here. Okay, so I've got a 14mm spanner here, which fits my drain bolt there, and this is a 1.3 by the way. I know there are other versions, but this is the 1.3 version, and that is a size 14, which I guess it could vary, but so I'm just gonna give it a bit of a tap here with my hand just to unlock the bolt. There we are. And make sure you have an oil pan or something to receive the oil, and as always you should dispose of it safely. While that is draining, I'm gonna go ahead and remove the oil filter here. So I'm gonna be using one of these here, which is adjustable. This filter is quite easy to access, so I'm just gonna grab it with that and turn it. Get your oil pan underneath the area of the filter, because it's gonna be dripping some oil from there as you remove the filter. You can let it drain for a bit, that way you don't make a mess. While the oil is draining, this is the filter I'll be using. That's the part number there. There we are. You can remove that. and I'm just gonna apply a little bit of multi-purpose grease around this gasket. That's it, not a lot. And this is the oil I'll be using, 5W30 fully synthetic. This is a 2005 Yaris, and you should put in the fully synthetic. Okay, so I'm just gonna completely remove the filter now. And just clean the area where the filter gasket sits. Clean it a little bit if you can. It can get a bit dirty. Right, so I got my new filter and can just put it in. And to be honest, I normally just tighten this by hand. Don't need to use any special tools. Just get it as tight as you can with your two hands, and that should be fine. I'm going to refit the bolt. If you get a new washer on the kit, I'm going to refit the bolt back in. Now this is the old copper washer. I didn't get a new washer on the kit, but I bought one to replace the old one. Sometimes the kit, the oil filter comes with a new washer, but this particular one doesn't. So, which is why I bought an extra one. Anyway, so we can now refit the bolt. Tighten this. It doesn't have to be too tight. Otherwise you can damage the thread. Anyway, once you put the oil back in and you start the engine, you can check here if you have any leaks, a little bit of a leak. You can tighten this a little bit more, but make sure you have replaced the washer. Sometimes the old washer makes it leak. Okay, now we're gonna put some oil and run the car. Okay, so this is the 1.3 VVTi engine, and it should take about 3.2 liters of oil, but always to make sure you can put 2 liters and then check the dipstick. That will give you an idea of how much oil you're putting in. So I'm gonna start by putting 2 liters in and go from there. That's about 1 liter. This oil container holds 5 liters, so you can check. Once I'm down to 3, then I know I put in 2 liters. Okay. I went over the 2 liters a little bit. I put about 2.2. So now I'm gonna check the now the oil, it's more or less up to here, and the full mark is here, but some of the oil will go on the filter, so although it looks pretty full already, it isn't quite. So I'm going to add a little bit more. And that is about 2.7 liters. Okay, so that's showing me that it's full, and I put about 2.7, 2.8 liters. What I'm gonna do now is I will run the engine, because we mustn't forget we need to let the oil go all the way down as well. So I will run the engine for a minute or so, and then let it settle for another 5 minutes or so, and then check the quantities and top it up if needed. So I'm gonna let it run for about a minute, and then let it settle for 5 minutes or so, and check the oil quantities. And while the engine is running, I'm also gonna check if there's any leaks, either from the oil sump plug or the filter. Now it all seems pretty dry here, no signs of any leakage. Okay, after letting the car settle for 5 minutes or so, it just needs to be topped up a little bit. Now I topped it up, check again. And now it's showing to be on full. It's hard to see on the camera, but it's now on full, and I can see that I ended up putting between 3.1 and 3.2 liters. So the book says it takes 3.2 liters, so it's always a good idea to check as you put it in so you don't overfill the engine. Anyway, hope this video helps, and thanks for watching.